We break down where USC baseball now sits in the rankings following a huge sweep at the Dodgertown Classic. Plus, the USC men's basketball team prepares for the Pac-12 tournament in Vegas. Check out what they are doing to battle Arizona State on Wednesday. Welcome back to ATVN. 7 Trojans are packing their bags home from Indianapolis following the NFL Scouting Combine. Among those who really helped their draft stock on Monday was Josh Shaw, who bursted out of the gates in the 40. USC started hot last year but fizzled to reality. This year, they're looking to play their best against some of the stiffest competition in the country. Down to just 8 players, getting a career-high 18 points from Khalil Dukes and leading by 6 with 5 minutes to play. But USC basketball just couldn't finish down the stretch, and the Trojans returned to practice Monday, working on closing out those tight games. So it's safe to say the 14-time major champion Tiger Woods may have just reached an all-time low as a professional golfer. Woods dropped to 62nd in the latest World Golf Rankings after pulling out of the Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines. This is his lowest ranking since his first year as a pro back in '94. Let's break down the undefeated USC Trojans and how this historic start could lead to a national championship this year. Plus, a couple of standout Trojans held auditions for the National Football League today. We update you on what's happening in Indianapolis. And finally, one UConn Husky put up numbers worthy of a gold medal. All that and more next on ATVN. At the beginning of our show, we have the highlight of you flipping in the Nebraska Bowl game. I know you didn't plant the landing, but kind of talk us through that play and what was it like for you scoring that big touchdown?
For me, it was just great because I got off the phone with my dad before the game, and he couldn't make it. And so he told me one of the things was just do something for him. I scored a touchdown, and when I scored a touchdown, I was just thinking just do a front flip, so he knew that something was for him. And my emotions was just, I was just excited to make a big play and be impactful.
Well, I think first and foremost, it's about moving the fences in, actually. In left field, they're coming in 15 feet. You hope that'll allow some more balls to leave. But 2 guys to look out for, Jeremy Martinez and Timmy Robinson, younger players who are now more experienced. They both hit close to 300 last year. They're going to have to step up and start hitting some big home runs. Well, first of all, they welcome Bob Connolly to the offensive line. The Trojans have a young but experienced group featuring returning center Max Turek. If freshman Toa Lobanon can hold down the left tackle spot, Chad Willard can generally work his way back from an injury. Plus, it's only been one practice, but former 2-year starter Lamar Dawson has bounced back from injury and looked really sharp at linebacker earlier this week. USC will need some help catching passes, and Cody Kessler was impressed with the immediate impact of Isaac Whitney, the transfer, and Juju Smith, who could replace Aguilar's 104 catches from last season. USC returned 16 starters from last year and welcome a 5-man sample size from their top-ranked recruiting class. But the Trojans will have to replace some big-time players, including Nelson Aguilar and Leonard Williams. So here's the laydown, everybody. First of all, USC has a chance to be special in the secondary this year with Adoree Jackson and Sua Cravens. Plus, they have a defensive line with a bunch of seniors, but it'll take them a team effort to replace Leonard Williams. And of course, it'll be fascinating to watch Juju Smith and transfer Isaac Whitney develop as big-name wideouts for Cody Kessler. So, Dory, you're a communications student here. I know you have some interest in the broadcasting. Right. So now we got you here in Annenberg. I kind of want you to play it around. Give me your best broadcast impersonation of a big play or a big moment for you. So real quick, if you had like a power 5, right, of USC football players on a basketball court, okay. Besides yourself, who do you got?
Besides myself, okay, I'm starting at the 5. Let's just get that straight. You can take that.
Cody's got to be the point guard.
Cody cannot be the point guard.
One win away from making the playoffs last year, as they say. For this year's team, is that the same expectation, get that final win and get to the playoffs? He's played Stanford already twice this year and have lost. How does that matchup look with Stanford? Then on kind of a lighter note, you had some at-bats last year, I think 7, a couple of walks. So Kyle Davis, the hitter, versus Kyle Davis, the pitcher. Yeah. How'd that kind of unfold?
I was always a hitter growing up. I was recruited here to catch and pitch. I love hitting. I've always wanted to hit. Those days are kind of gone.
Leonard Williams, the big Trojan coming out. We know Jameis Winston and Mariota, the top quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Why would you pick Leonard Williams number 1? Well, we figured out the secret to USC's success in the tennis court. Meet Floyd, the little cute chocolate lab here, that answers all the tough questions. Who knows, maybe Floyd will be serving it up on Marks Tennis Stadium in the weeks to come. You see National Signing Day, kids picking hats, coming to SC and whatnot. But from a player's perspective, from your perspective, what is that like, just the whole day of going through everything?
I mean, for me, it was just great, that great feeling, you know, that all eyes were on me. And I had that time that I worked up for, you know, and I put all that work in to be highly recruited and recognized. And so just putting that hat on and waiting was just one of those moments that I seen as a kid, and I always told myself that I just wanted to be on TV and just make my decision.
One of the leading candidates for the MVP made the LA Clippers look rather foolish out on the defensive end of the floor. We head up to Oakland, where Steph Curry didn't need to drive to the rack, just cut his way through some defenders and nailed this awesome step-back three-pointer on Sunday to make the Clippers really look bad. DeAndre Jordan, not so fast. Spencer Hawes, see you later. Chris Paul, hand down, man down, and that eventually cost him as the Warriors just ran right past him.